Hello everyone. So today I want to show you how to take your design and build it inside the editor. So I download this Figma landing page from this site, and I have it here in my Figma. Okay, so this is our landing page, very beautiful. So before we even start to build something, we need to do a couple of things. So first of all, we need all the images of our design. So you need to export it and upload it to the site. So I already created a new site and already upload all my media inside the media panel, inside the editor media. You can see everything here is in folders. So for example, this is all my icons. Okay, so second thing, we need to upload the right font to the site. So this is a free font from Google called Rubik. So I go to the Google font site and download this font family and upload it to the site. So how you upload a new font to the site? So all you need is a text element, and then you click edit text, and here you have the drop down with all your fonts. So basically you click here upload fonts, and you can directly upload from here. You can see I already have the Rubik font. Okay, so next thing, we need to collect all our main site color. So here basically we have only one, which is the this red. So I can find it here. This is the color, and you can see through the inspect that this is the CSS color. And we can easily go to our theme and colors, and let's change the action color to be this red. Okay, so why it's important to do it? Because let's say tomorrow your client says, okay, I don't like this red, let's make it another color. Okay, so if I want to change this color, let's say to this aqua color. Okay, so if I need now to change, if I have many items that get this color, so let's say I have this container and I give it my theme color, this one, and let's say I have many of these buttons, text, and a lot of items. So instead of going one by one and change its color, I can go to my theme and replace this color with another one, and look, it's like a magic, everything is changed. Okay, so we have our main color, we have the images, and next thing, before we start, we need to know what is our canvas size. So if I select the artboard, I can see that the width is 1440, right? So here you can see in the width, this is the canvas width, so I set it to the right size. Okay, so let's start. So first thing, let's start with the header. So we can see that we have margin of 150 pixels. So I will add padding because this is for both sides. Okay. Okay, so padding from the left and from the right. Alright, great. So I don't need this one. but we need to replace it with this logo. So let's change vector art and go to my files, and I have it here in the icons. This is my logo. So let's take the perfect size. So width is this one, and I can go to the inspect and see exactly, but I can copy it. So alright, this is the right side. So margin from left, nothing, and it should be like centered. Okay, first thing we need to know the header height. So I guess it's something like this. Let's say 130. Okay, so header height is 130. Okay, next thing we need, oh, what the heck. Okay, we have this menu. So this menu is basically all our inner pages. So, but for now let's fake it. Okay, so we have about, okay, if we want another menu, we can create a new one. So manage all menus, and let's duplicate this one, and let's use this, the copy main menu. And here I will add an anchor because we don't have this page. Let's add an anchor to top, and I call it about. Okay, we have features, and pricing, and testimonials. And help. Alright, so this is our menu. Let's design it a little bit. So everything is aligned to the center, and it should be also center, and the font is Rubik regular 16 pixels. Okay, so text is 16 Rubik regular. This is my fonts, you can see Rubik regular. Okay, and our color is this color. So I will add it to my theme, because we don't have black, we have this color. So this one will be okay, but this one will stay white. Okay, okay, this color, let's add another color. What is the code? 65. We don't have it here, so let's add it. All right, Rubik regular. Yeah, this look right. Okay, so let's check the whole width of this element is something like okay, let's make it fixed. Wait, let's say 500. Okay. Oh. All right. Okay, something like this. So now we need these two buttons. So let's add this button here and design it. So border radius is always rounded and the border is red and the color, the text is also red, and it says sign up, and it's Rubik medium 16. So Rubik medium 16, no bold, and let's change the text, and on hover I guess it should be red, full red, and like this. Okay, great. So button height 45 pixels, 45 and 150. Right. So next one, I can duplicate this one and remove the border color, and the text color is black, and on hover background should not change and only the text color should be red. Alright, this part should be much smaller. Right, so this one is always center and dock to the left, to the right. This one will be something like this. Look a little bit bigger than it should be. Yeah. We have 6. Why we have 6? Oh, I have the home here. That's the, so I can remove this one. Remove from menu. Okay, so now it's look better. All right, great. So we have our header. Let's save this and let's go to the hero section. So basically what we have here, we have a section with it divided to 2 columns. I mean, I want to place a grid here because we have it's look like a grid with 2 columns. We have the image on the right side and we have the title, description and CTA, and we will make them like a stack element, so they are, because we want a relationship between them because they are all together all the time. So this is our text and it's Rubik. We have the medium 15. Okay, so let's add a title, quick add title. Let's make sure this is H1, this is our site title, and here I can also add this one to the theme, my theme. So I can go to typography and set to the main heading to be Rubik. It should be medium, right? Medium 15. And the color is this black, this one. Apply to theme, and now I need to apply it here. Great, but this one is bold. This one is bold, so let's change this one to be bold. Ruby bold. Alright, nice. And the break is like this. Basically we can set the width of this stack element exactly like it's here. It's 555. Okay, so next thing we need the description, right? So we can duplicate this one and we can check this font to see the font size and style that we have it across all our site, right? So this one is 16 and this one is regular 16, so everything is the same, right? So no, this one is 14. Okay, so we have 16, 14, and okay, let's start with this one. Okay, so in my theme I can go to paragraph. You can see paragraph 1. Let's change it to be Rubik regular 16, and the color is this one. So color, we can add another one. Oh, we already added. So apply to theme, and look when I show you how it's applied to everything. So let's duplicate it again. Okay, so I set this one to be P1 and this also P1, and now let's change this its color. Okay, so I go here and change the color to be red. Apply. Look, they both get red. Okay, awesome. So let's put the right content here. This is not the right content. Alright, and this one should be bold, right? Medium, not bold. So this one is medium. Alright, great. But the line height should be bigger. So edit text, this is the line height, and let's set it to be, now it should be much bigger. So I don't know exactly how much, but let's do something like this. Alright, I guess it's too much. Okay, so now we need a CTA, so we can copy this one and let's see the border radius. The border radius is 10 pixels. Okay, so let's go to the design panel. This one should be 10 pixels, no border, fill red, text white. Awesome. But now we have also shadow. So shadow color is same red, I guess. Effect. Okay, it's the same color. This is 35% opacity, and let's play with it a little bit. Alright, something like this. Alright, this is look right, and this should be get started. Rubik bold, I guess it's the same. This is medium, so it should be maybe bold. And the width is 250. Alright. Oh, the height is 60 pixels. Great. So now I will stack them together. Okay. Okay, so I select the three elements with the shift and click stack. Alright, so now I want to know what is the gap between them. It's like 20 from top and 50 from bottom. So this one is 20 from top and this one is 50 from top. Alright, and let's say the width is this one. So I select the stack and I set the width of the stack to be fixed, and then it should be 555. Okay, so now if I will, let's see the grid we have here. Okay, so we have like 150 padding from across all the side, but I can add the padding across all the side, but you can see here that we have a different color, so I need to add, and if I will add this different color, so it apply only the grid, only the section, but then the section will be like here, and I want the padding to be separated to each section individually. Okay, so we need padding here to 150 and 150 from here, and this one should be docked to the left, and it need to float. Why I said float? Because this image, you can see the text is centered to this image. So I will undock it from top and remove the margin, and now it's like in the center of the section. Okay, so next thing, we need to apply grid to this section with 2 columns. So let's apply it, and we need to set the row height to be as much as the content. So if we don't have any content, basically the row height should be 0. Okay, so this make the row responsive. So let's change it to max content and look what happened. Okay, so this one get a margin from top, so let's remove it again. And now you can see, oh, the section you can see it have min height, so let's remove it also to none. And now you can see that the section height is as much as the content. So what we're missing here, we're missing the image. So let's add the image, a random image from the add panel, and let's change it. Oh wait, but I upload not image, SVG, because this is vector art, and if we use PNG, the weight of the image and its quality will be less than if we use PNG SVG. So let's add SVG from the add panel, and we can change it. Let's go to the hero, and this is our vector art. So this is the width, let's set it to be fixed, and this is the width, and this is the height. Alright, so this is also should be centered, and it should be dock to the left, but you can see if I show again the grid, you can see that basically it came out a little bit from the lines. So we can change the padding to be like this one. Okay, so to 80 instead of 150. Alright, so now let's add another section below it. Okay, let's remove the grid. Okay, and you can see that there is a gap here between the image and the next section. So this one is like, oh, I can't see it. It's 103 pixels. So we can add padding or margin to this image, but I like to work with padding. So I will add the margin from bottom to 103 pixels. And later we convert all this fixed size in pixels to percent, and then everything will be responsive. And again here, if we said like this is 130, so we missing like 50 pixels. So padding 50 pixels from top. Alright, now it's exactly how it's looking the design. Alright, so next section. Next section is we have another what I do. Okay. Oh, this is the shadow. Yeah. So maybe we will need it as an image. Okay, but let's see. We have a container with 3 columns. So let's build it. So we already created another section. This is our new section, and we need a container. So let's add a container. His width is, the width size is this one in pixels, and it should be perfectly centered. And basically it's, if we add the padding, this should be like 100%, right? So let's add the 150 and 150, and now it should be it can be like fluid. You can see it's 100%, right? Okay, so let's apply grid of 3 columns, and we have here also the SVG and the text. So if you want to work fast, instead of create the 3 of them separated, so you can create like another container. Let's do it. Let's add another container inside the first column, and let's stretch it inside. Okay, so now it's fill its column, and we can apply another grid here with 2 columns, right? We have 2 columns here. So let's apply grid with 2 columns, and now we need our icon. So I can go to media, upload, oh sorry, not upload. I can go to my icons, and the first one is the user, right? Okay, so I have it here, and let's set its size is 55 pixels for both height and width. Awesome. And now let's dock it to the center, because you can see that they both docking to the center. This line, we have like a let's say this is our container, and we have like a grid in the middle, right? So it's like a line right here, so they are both docked to the center. All right, so we have our icon, and this is our text. So let's place it. Okay, so it should be in the second row, in the first row. And let's add a text element, quick add. This is 9 plus, and its font is Rubik Bold 25 pixels. So we can see we have like another font style. So let's add it to our theme. So this is Rubik Bold 25. Okay, so let's add another one. Go to the theme, go to the paragraph. This is the first paragraph, this is the second style, so it should be Rubik Bold 25 pixels, and the color is this one. Yes. Okay, and let's add another one, and this should be 20 pixel Rubik regular Rubik regular, and we already have this color, right? Yes. Okay, great. So this one should be paragraph number 2. Let's reset. Okay, and if we duplicate this one, change the text and change the paragraph style. Perfect. Now we can stack them together, and let's center it, and it can be like 100%. You know what, let's stretch it from left to right. Now it's get its width from the column width, which is 50-50. Okay, but we have a margin here between them both, like 36 pixels. So we can add gap here, edit grid, we can add gap of 36 pixels. Great, but this one should be docked. Right, the last thing, we need to see the margin between both of the text, something like 17 pixels. So let's remove the height from here and here. Let's say 10 pixels. So let's see what we have in the layers panel. We have our section, and we have a container inside of it. Let's edit some colors so we can see it. Okay, this is our main container, this is our section, this is our main container, and inside this container we have grid of 3 columns, and inside of it we have another container with another grid in it of 2 columns, and this container we have 2 elements. We have the vector set, the icon element, and the stack element and the stack elements contain 2 text elements, right? Perfect. Okay, so what we need now, okay, we can see that we have like air here on the top and on the bottom, so it's not have any content here, right? So it's like 40 pixels. No, it's not 40, it's less. It's like 35 pixels from top, and I guess same from bottom. Okay, so let's add padding. Wait, let's add padding to our main container. So padding 35 from top, 35 from bottom. Let's remove this border. We don't need this border, the container border. Alright, so now we need this line. So instead of add like a line, like horizontal line, vertical line, we can hack something. It's not a hack, but we can add shadow to this container. So let's remove this background color and this border. We don't need it, so it looks like this. So we need a line here, so let's add shadow. This is the direction from left to right, and we don't need any blur. The color will be 100%, and it should be this color. So let's add this color with new color. Great, select it, and look, we have a line here. Okay, so another gap we need to calculate is this gap is between the line and the content. You can see that we have something like 32 pixels. No, it's not accurate. Should be something like, let's say, 36 pixels. Okay, so let's add padding to this container, the inner container. Okay. No, sorry, this is margin. Let's go to the padding. 36 from top, 36 from bottom, and now you can see that the container height is actually bigger than the content. This is because this main container have its own height, mean height. So let's remove it, but it's keep its height, right? So let's see the grid definition. So the grid, it's same thing. It's I have mean height of 220 pixels, so let's remove it. Let's set it to be like max content, and now look, our container is exactly as the height of the content plus the padding, right? So we can better see this container. Instead of adding this special shadow, which is an image here, I will create a shadow for this container. So I will go to the design, add shadow, and you know what, let's keep the same properties from here. So it's 17 distance to, let's make it 30 and 50 and 35. Okay, so 50, 30 and 35, but let's change the color into something more soft. It's still too strong. something like this. Alright, so now we can actually duplicate this container very easily. So let's click here and duplicate, and now we need only to fix the alignment. So this one should, if we have 3 columns, we can see here, let's stretch it. Okay, first thing, let's stretch it. But now you can see that it's take 2 columns instead of one. So if the first one is 1 on 2, let's select the first one. So this is the first one. You can see in the grid area it starts on column 2 and on column 3. So the second one needs to start on 2 and end on 3. Look how it sits perfectly. Okay, so now let's duplicate it again and stretch it and fix the position. Great. So all we need now is just to change the content, right? 30, 50, this is 30, this is 50, and location and servers. Right, perfect. So you can view the site just to see how it looks. Alright, looks pretty good, right? It's not responsive yet, you can see, but it's exactly how it looks in our Figma file. It's like something like this, and this is our site. Alright, so how do I go out from this? Alright, so next section basically is same one as this one, but the opposite direction, right? So to make things more easily, let's duplicate this section, because we already have the grid, we already have the right padding, but we need to change only this dark element. So let's duplicate this one, and I have it here, and let's move it to move down, right? Alright, so this image should be on the left side, right? So instead of dragging it, I can easily go here and set you start on 1 and end on 2. Nice. But now we need to select the stack element, but the image is covering the stack element. So there is 2 methods we can select this stack element. The easy way is, they're both easy, but you can go to the stack element from here and you select it. The second method is to right click on this image, and then you can see select the layer, and you can find easily the stack element here. And basically I don't need it, but let's fix it, this position from 2 to 3. Alright, and the docking should be exactly the opposite, to the right side. Right, so let's see what we need. Let's think how to build it. Okay, so we have like title, description, and list of action of I don't know, checklist. Okay, so this is a simple text element, also this one, but here you can see that we have 2 elements. They have like relationship between them, right? Because these 2 is always together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a container here and apply grid of 2 columns. So the first column will contain checkbox, the check mark, and the description, and then I can easily duplicate it, and then I will stack them together, the whole package. Okay, so let's do it. So first thing, let's change this image. So it should be something like features. Yeah, features. So this one, and I need to pick the right width and height, and this is the height. Alright, let's make it center. I don't. Alright, so next thing we need to change. Okay, this is another like H2 or something that we have, like another title, and we didn't save it. So let's change it to be heading 2. You can see that we don't have the right font size and style, but we will fix it in a second. So okay, so this one should be Rubik medium 35 pixels. So we will go to the theme panels, and we know that we select the heading 2, right? You see the heading 2, and here it's H1, which is the correct, and let's change it to Rubik medium and 35 pixels. The color should be this one, and apply. Boom, it looks good, very nice. All right, so the description is the same as we have, or if we already have. Great, and let's unstack them, because we're now going to delete this button. We don't need it, so let's delete it. Great, and unstack it. Okay, so now they are individual elements. So let's make our section bigger so we can work easily. So it's 700. All right, so as I said, I want to create another container. Okay, it's too big, and I will apply a grid to it. And first thing, I need an icon. Let's copy it and paste it here. Let's change it to be the green check mark. All right, and let's see the size of it. 24 pixels. So 24 and 24. Nice. All right, the second thing, we need another paragraph, so copy this one and paste it here. Let's change. The text is regular 14. This was 16. I think we saved it already, right? So you can see now it's bigger than the content. I mean, it have negative margin of 62%, which is not good, and it's need to sit on its own column from 2 to 3. So now it starts from 1, so let's set it 2 and 3, and let's stretch it. That means it fill the whole width of according to the column width. All right, but now you can see that we have too much gap here. Why is that? This is because our grid, it's not based of the content. It's like 1FR 1FR, which means this is like 50-50 right now. So this one should take only the content. Okay, so this should be max content, and now you can see it's take the place only our icon, and we should make sure the height is as the content height. So let's say to max content. Great. So look, this tiny grid in this container. So another thing we need to do is, okay, The second thing we need to do is to remove this border. We don't need it. So, oh, and you can see that when I select here, it selects the text element, right? So another method to select the container is I can go here and click the container, or I can go directly from here and select the container. So there is like a 4 or 5 option how to select element. Okay, so let's remove the border. Great. So we need the margin here, the gap between them. So it's 10 pixels. Okay, so let's give this one margin of 10 pixels from left, and now it's good. All right, so all we need to do is to duplicate this container. Let's remove this min height, we don't need it, and we need to duplicate it as much as we need. So 1, 2, 3, another three times. So let's duplicate it. 1, 2, wait, drag it here. Okay, 4 elements, right? Okay, so now we need to select all of them and make one stack element, so they have a relationship between them. So we need to select each one of them. So we select all the 4 of them, 5, 6, stack. Great. So now we need to make sure that each element is aligned properly inside the stack element. So I want to show you what happened when I create a stack element. So let's undo it. Okay, so now you can see that all of them like a separated element, right? But when I stack them, you can see that in this section I will have like a new container that gather all them together. So you can see that I have stack element here. This is the image, and now I have the stack element, and now all the element is inside of it. So we have more control now. So this should be 100% and dock to the left. This is also. Let's quick align them the right way. Let's remove them in height. Alright, so we need to fix all the gaps here, and also the width of the stack element. Okay, so the width should be as much as the biggest element inside the stack element. So I can see that this one is the biggest. So I copy this sizing and make it fixed, and set it. Now the line break, you can see that this is exactly how it looks here. Okay, so we know we are working the right way. Okay, so the margins. So this one, pixels exactly, and this one is 20. Okay, this is 20 and all the rest is 15. This is 20, this one is 15, and 15. Great. So only the text is not right. All right, perfect. So this one is stand in the center of its column, and this one is also stand in the center of this column. And the only thing we need to check is this gap. So I can see that we have here, well, this shadow is not good. So 95. Okay. Oh, this one have min height, so we don't need it. Okay, great. But it has margin from top. We didn't fix it. Alright. So now we said 95 from top. So let's update the paddings to 95. And this one, we need to remove this margin, and this should be not docking to the top, it should float in the center, but we need to remove the min height we had before. And now look, it's exactly as high as the content, the image, which is the biggest element here. The section height is exactly like this image height, and later we will make everything fluid. Alright, so let's save it and we will go to the next section. Oh, we need to check this padding, which is should be 1.6. Alright, you know what, let's see the live site. Look how quickly we create, I mean, a lot. It's only practice. When you practice, you get to do it really fast. Okay, so next section, we can see we have like a background, a linear gradient. So let's quickly add it. So I already saved it. So we need an image. Let's go to our media, and here it is. So it should be like 100% docking to top and the center. And let's restore the image size and make sure it's docking to the top. Alright. So now we need a title and description. So basically we can copy it from here. Let's copy this tag element. No, this is the bigger. You know what? Copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay, so this one should be aligned to the center. Again, let's make them stack together. Let's change the content. Oh. Alright, so 20 pixel margin, and the stack element should be center. Oh, sorry, 20 pixels from top. So let's add margin, 80 pixels from top. Great. But you can see that the stack element is again 555, so let's set it to be fixed, 555 pixels. And now the break is exactly as the design, but we have like a single break here. I don't like it, so let's make it smaller. So 500. No, 450. 450. All right. So now we have this one, and again we need to create only one and then duplicate it. We don't need to make one by one. So here I'm going to use a repeater. We don't need to use a repeater here, but you know, let's see how to work with multiple components. So I will add quick add repeater. Right, great. So we have the image, title, and all our items, and the CTA. Okay, so first thing we need we need a vector out. You can see that there we have a background color which we don't need, so let's remove it. But we do need a border, and our border is this color, and the width of this border is 2 pixels. So we have shadow, we don't need it. 2 pixels, this new color, grayish color, and we can see that we have a border radius of 10 pixels. So this, instead of 5, it will be 10. Great. And we have a margin of 50 pixels. So let's select the repeater, change layout, number of items 3, right, and 50 pixels, should be 25. And we don't need this one. All right, so let's add, let's see, the width is, each one of them is 330 pixels. Change layout. Oh, but it's automatically, so need to do something like this. Oh no. Okay, this is the width, but we need to add, wait again, this is the repeater, and we need to add like 50 because our margin. Okay, so now we need the icon and the title. So let's add the icon. I save it as SVG. Let's see, this is the plan, right? Yeah. All right, so we have the height icon, width and height. Let's make it fixed. Oh, well, I did. All right, 165. Great, it should be absolute center. Okay, but before I continue, let's see how to build it, right? So we have image. Okay, so basically we can make them all. No, they can't be stuck together. Why they can't be stuck together? Because you can see that this gap, it's not equal between all of them, right? And so that means that this price and button is docking to the bottom, and this bunch of content is docking to the top. All right, so we need we have our container already, and we need to add a grid. Maybe, you know what, let's see, let's start and see. So we have the second title, which is 80 pixels. So we have another one to add. Okay, so we can use this one. So now we take the unused. Okay, this one should be 80 pixels, and Rubik medium and our black. This is our black and Rubik medium. Alright, so now let's add quick add. I want a title. Oh no, let's add quick add title. I want it here, and it should be this one. All right, and it should be aligned to the center, and this is called free plan. All right, second thing, you can see that we have same layout. Oh, but now, okay, this is a problem. So we can't use repeater, because if we use repeater, we need to have same amount of content for each one of them. So let's not use a repeater, let's build it from container. So let's push it down so we can easily create another container. All right, and okay, so we said each container should be fixed. This is the width and this is the height. All right, let's push it, and we can drag this vector image here, and let's push the repeater down a little bit more, and we need this text here, and now we can get rid of the repeater. We don't need it. Delete. Okay, perfect. And now we can copy this one that we already created. Let's copy it. Copy. And now, to stay organized, I will create you know what, let's do it the same way. So let's paste it here. Right, but we need to align it to the center, and we need to change the check mark, but this one is important to do right now because we are going to duplicate it. So let's change this to this one, and let's make sure it's the same with the same side as the design. So 24 and 24, it's the same side. Great. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. Let's see the gap here. Let's look bigger a little bit. It's 20, and here it's 10. It should be 20. All right. Oh, this is 24 with the air between. So I need to know what this size is exactly. It's like 40 or 40. No, it's like, okay, something like 10 on 15, let's say. 10, no, sorry, 15 and 10. So this look better. Alright, so let's duplicate it. We need like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same thing here. We need to stack them all together. Great. So now let's make everything aligned properly. So this one I should make 100% and 30 pixels margin from top, 0 from left, and this one should be something like 30 pixels, and this one is 15, I guess. It's 10 pixels. This one is 10, this one is 10, and this one is 10. But we need to align them all. We need to set like it should be like center, right? So I can add I can add, how do I do it? So we have like 17 pixels for both sides, and also from here we can add padding of 76, let's say 5 pixels. So, you know what, 76 pixels from left, and oh sorry, it's not the right things. So we need to add padding to the container itself. So 76 from right and from left. Oh, okay. So you can see that this one should be, we have some element here that push the whole design. So let's see what is this element. This one should be fluid, and this one is okay. They all get like mean width. You can see we need to remove them, and then everything can be smaller. So everything none, and look, when I remove the last one, this is getting better. So let's restore this element width. Alright, now it's the right size. Alright, and if we are adding padding, so let's do it from top also, 80 pixels from top. So let's remove this margin. Let's the padding add here. How much we said? 80. Okay, great. Okay, this one. Alright, why it look like this? This is 14 pixels should be. This is 60. Why it's 60? Didn't we set 14? What we have in the theme. We don't have 14. Okay, so let's set it to 14 pixels. All right. Okay, the content is not important right now. All right, so I will give less margin, less padding. Let's say 70. Okay, so now we need the price and the CTA, so we can copy this one and let's paste it here. And we need the CTA, which we already have, like in the header. Let's copy this one, paste it here, and stack them together because they are always together, right? So let's stack them and see what's the margin between them. It's 20 pixels. Great. And I set this stack to be 100%. Okay, this is good, but it should be docked to the bottom. But now we need to see how much padding we have from bottom, right? So we have 50 pixels from bottom. So let's set it to be no, padding 50 from bottom. Awesome. And this button, it should be this button is to 180. Let's say 177. Great. And its height is 45 pixels, like we had. Let's change it to select. Great. Alright, so all we need is to duplicate to 3 times, but we need a relationship between them, right? So we need to add a grid to this section. And you know what, let's add another container, and only this container will have the grid. So you'll see what I mean. So first of all, we need to change this border to what we had. This one, and it should be 2 pixels. Okay, so now I will create, and border radius of 10 pixels. I forget about it. Alright, so now we need a container that will contain all the plans. So we can do it very easily if we stretch it from the left and right, and it will be, and now I can remove the 150 pixels from left and 150 pixels from right, and now I will undock it from left and right and make this one to fixed. This is the exactly width that we have here. So let's create a grid of 3 columns, and this container will go to the first column. Okay, and we don't need this container shouldn't have its own width, okay, because its width will inherit from the column width, from this container width. so we can stretch it, but now it's, you can see that this is bigger than we planned, right? The problem is okay, this is a mistake, I shouldn't do it. Okay, so I mean, you will see what I meant, okay, but for now let's keep it with its own width and height. Okay, so this container should have height as big as the content, right? But now it's fixed, so let's make this auto, and now it's grow, and we need a gap between each one of them, right? So the gap is 50 pixels, so we can add gap here to the grid. So 50 pixels gap, and now you can see what I meant. I can stretch it. I'm not going to stretch it, but I make it fluid by set its width in percent, so it should be fluid. We need to remove the we need to remove the height. Okay, I forgot to do something. Okay, we need to avoid from this button, this stack, to overlap this content, this stack, right? You will see what I meant. I mean, if I shrink this sorry, if I set this container height to be like auto, you will see that the content is overlap each other. Why? Because this one is docked to the bottom and this one is docked to the top, and the container height should wants to be as height as the content, and this is the biggest content. So to avoid it, I need to apply grid to this container, 2 rows. Each stack will stay on its own row, so they will never overlap each other. I show you what I meant. Okay, so this stack element, this one should start on row 1 and end on row 2. Okay, and this one should be 100%, and you need to start on 2 and on 3. This is correct. Let's remove. Now you will see that when I remove this height of the container, you see they are not overlapping each other. Why? Because this one is stay on its own row and this one stay on its own row, but this one have margin from top, and you can see that if I remove this margin, they will the grid height, the container height. Wait, we need to adjust this one, max content, and this one should be max content. But you can see that they are not overlapping each other because each one of the content will stay on its own row, so they never can overlap each other. So the one thing we need to do is to add some margin from top, and our margin is we will take the biggest the smallest margin between them. Okay, it's 50 pixels, so we set this one to be 50 pixels. Great. And now all we have to do is to duplicate it, right? So let's duplicate it. And if you remember, this one should start on 2 and on 3, and we will set it to be docked to the top with no margin and 100%, and just need to do it again. This should be and start on 3, dock to the top, and 100%. Okay, so I'm not going to do all of this content because this is not the point, but I will set one of them to look like it's selected, but basically we will do it later with code. We will make it active. So we forgot to set this one. It should be 25 pixels. We have it here. This one should be also 25. Let's change it. Oh, but it should be like mixed. This is medium and not bold, but here is bold. Oh, let's look like this. Okay, let's make it an over. Okay, so this one is medium and this one is regular 25. Okay, this one is regular and the color is different. Medium, regular, and the color. Awesome. Medium. All right. Let's see it online. Oh, we forgot to active this one. Let's set the border to be red, and this one should be filled with red color, text white color. And it should have like the shadow. So let's copy it. Let's copy element design from this breakpoint, and now you can see the cursor change its icon, and I can paste it here, and you can see it also changed the border radius, but we can easily fix it. All right, awesome. So now let's see it. This is our live site. Oh, we forgot the border of the main container, but it's look awesome. All right, so let's continue. This is pretty fun, right? All right, so let's remove this border before we forget. All right, and we can copy paste this one of 80 pixels. Copy, let's paste it here. Okay, we build this map. Okay, this one is really easy because it's only an image, a big image. So basically we can separate it to two sections. So let's remove this one. None. Let's check the padding from top. It's 150. So padding from top is 150, and from bottom it's 155. 155. Okay, we can remove this talking from top, margin from top, and let's see. Okay, I like it. All right, so next is the map, right? So we have like a big map, beautiful map. So let's find it in our media. I have folder called map. Let's add this one. Right, so let's see the actual size. So, oh, it's percent and pixels. Right, no margin from top, we already calculated, but we need to restore the image resolution. Oh, but it's SVG, sorry. So let's take the height from here. Perfect. Now we can make it fluid already. You can see that when I shrink my side, it's shrink. It's very responsive. So we need to go back to our canvas size, artboard size. So is all right. Very nice. So now we have. I save it as one image. This one can be again. I duplicate this one and I need an image basically. I don't remember where it is. Sponsors. Okay, great. So I don't need SVG, and this is the width of the image with pixels, of course. And let's restore. Oh, it's look perfect. Okay, but we need to calculate again the padding, the margin between them. What happened? 35. So let's add 35 from top, and let's calculate this one again. Also 50 from bottom, and remove the min height. Perfect. Now next section. This is going very fast. Let's make it fluid. Great. Alright, so now we can use a repeater. Okay, so I can use same section. If you remember, we create this one as a separated section, so we can duplicate it and change only the content. Yes. Okay, so this one we can duplicate and move down. It should be the last one. All right, so let's update the title and the description. Okay, great. Later we will fix the padding, but now we can use a repeater. So here again we have 150 mm padding. So we have our new container section. So let's add a padding 150, and from the right side you can see that we don't have a padding. So now we can add a repeater. Why now we can use repeater? Because here you can see that each repeater item have same amount of content. Okay, so let's quick add a repeater. And okay, so now we need to set it as, let's stretch it. Okay, so now it's filled all the width of the column of the section. Okay, so now we need a margin between each element. So I can select this. So 50, so it's 25. Change layout. I have 3. I need to change it to slider, and the horizontal margin is 25 pixels. Okay, and scroll snap, we will do it later. Okay, so we need to reduce 25 from here. All right, so now we have border. Let's design it. We don't need shadow. We need border of this one, I guess, the DDD. This one, 1 pixel, and no, it's 2 pixels. And we have background, white background or none, it doesn't matter either. Oh, we have like we have different color here, so it's this color. So this section has a different background. So this is the background, so now this one should be white. Okay, great. This is also should be same color. All right, next thing. Okay, how are we going to build this layout? Okay, so I see here 2 rows. First one is this one. This is the first content we'll place in the first row, and we have here another row. So this is 2 rows, and I can see here another grid, which is this is the first column, and this is the second column, right? And this is the third column. So we need 3 on 2. Okay, so let's do it. Apply grid. You go to the custom. We need 3 columns and 2 rows. Great. So now we need an image for the avatar, and it should be rounded, but first let's take, it's 50 on 50 50. Okay, so 50 pixels height, 50 pixels width, and we will change the border radius to be round. And now we have the name and the location. So name will be 80 pixels, will be medium. Let's see if we have it already saved. So 80 pixels medium. So but we changed this one to be a paragraph, and the location, what happened? Oh my god, what happened here? What did I do? Okay, no, it's not, it's this one. Let's duplicate it. You see, I'm first of all, I'm first thing, I'm just setting all the content that I need, and then I adjust it. So this Rubik regular 14. So we don't have it, but we have this color, so this one should be 14. Okay, great. And now we have this one, the rate. So let's duplicate this. Oh, sorry. Basically you can click Ctrl D and you duplicate it. So 4.5, and it should be 16. we have it here, and it should be black, and it should be 60 pixels. Alright, and now we need the star icon, so let's add a shape. This is a star, but I already saved it, so I will change it to my design icons, and I have the star. And we need, let's duplicate this one, and we need the paragraph. And if you remember, this one should be take the three of the columns. So I will drag it like this, and I will take this data and paste it here. This one should be 16, will be regular. 16, it should be our black, and this one should be 1.8, something like this. Alright, so now let's make everything more correct. Okay, so I can see 30 from left, 30 from right, 30 from bottom, and also here for the 30 from top. So I can add a padding to the whole container. Okay, wait, manage items, and let's delete this one and delete this one. Okay, I can add padding of 30 pixels from all sides. Okay, and now what happened here? I think it's okay, but let's see. So this one should be 100%, right? So 100%. Let's remove the margins. Okay, and basically it's it well. And this one should be dock to the top. I mean the image, dock to the top, dock to the left. Image, dock to the top, dock to the left. Okay, let's fix the grid. This should be max content, and this should be 1FR. Let's take all the rest. Okay, and why it's still high? It's because the item itself has min height. So let's remove this min height, and it still has something. So it's stretched, so I need to remove the section min height. Now it's looking good. Okay, so this one again is 0 from top, 0 from left. Let's set it to be 100%. This is also 100%. Oh, they should be stuck together, right? Let's see. Let's move here. This title and location should be stuck together, right? They have a relationship between them. So I can stack, make sure the stack on its own row. You can see that this is not the case. It should be 2 on 3. So let's change it to 3 and set it to be 100%. Great. And let's see the margin between them. It's 5 pixels. So this should be 5. Great. But now you can see that each column is equal. So each one of them is 1FR. But this one should be as the width of the content, right, of the avatar. So let's set it to be max content. Great. And we need to add some gap here. So let's see, it's 21 pixels between them. So let's 21 pixel. Great. And now we have this star. The height is 30 pixels. Okay, so let's make it 40. Okay, 40 pixels and 40. Okay, and it should float. Look at this. Okay, we said that this is our row, right, that contain all this content. But what is the biggest element here? The biggest element here is the image, right? So the image is, if the row is max height, that means the image is set the height of the row. So this one is basically floating in the center, and also this stack element, because you can see the image is higher than the text. So it means that the text is not docking to the top, it's floating. Okay, so let's do it. So the star shouldn't have margin from top, and also this text. Okay, nice. And this text also needs to be floating. Alright, and this text alignment should be to the right, and the margin should be something like 10 pixels plus the 40 pixels, right? It's 24, so it should be 24 pixels from white look like this. Oh, because the star is not in the right place. Okay, now it's the good. Okay, so we need to adjust the grid again and set this one to also be max content. What is the difference between max and min content? You can see that max content doesn't break the... No, I need a better example. Okay, so I show you. So let's say I type here, I don't know, web design. Okay, so you can see that the row width is as much as the content, right? It's max content, but it's also calculating the gap here, the space between the words. But if I set it to min content, it will break the words, and it will be its width will be as the biggest word. So let's see, min content, you see that it was breaking because it's not calculating the gap, the space between the words. Okay, so let's set it back to 4.5. Okay, perfect. And now we need to see this gap. It's like 8 pixels, and this one is on its own row, so 8 from top. It looks like I need a little bit more, so let's make it 10. Alright, so our card looks perfect. Alright, so all we need is to add 2 more, and this is the power of repeaters. So manage item, and I can duplicate it and duplicate it again. Perfect. And now we need to change the images. So first one is this handsome guy, second one is this beautiful lady, and the third one is also a man. Alright, so repeater, you can change the content, but you can't add like to discard another item. Okay, because basically this is a repeater, so it's repeat itself. But I can change the content, and I can change the design. I mean color, fonts, colors and stuff like this. Images, you can see. Okay, and this should be like, I give you 5, the best. Okay, so now let's say I want to change this border to be red. I can do it. No, they apply to all. Okay, so this one should be happened on hovering. When I'm hovering, I need to paint it with some color. Alright, great. This is look really good. Okay, so this margin is 60 pixels, so let's change it to be 60 from bottom, 60, and then need to remove this one, and from top it's 50, so 50, and I will not create these buttons, but I need to calculate this gap. It's a huge gap, so I will do something like this. 300. So this section has padding of 300 from bottom. Alright, you can see that I can scroll, right? But I forgot this one. And you can also connect this one to database, and then all the content will be dynamic. He's definitely not from Poland. Alright, next one is this subscribe. So this one is like weird one. Okay, but okay, it's half white, half, it's not overlap the foot, it's just look like, but basically it's have its own section, and it's something like this. So we need a container, and we need a CTA, description, and title. Okay, so let's add, oh, so I miscalculated. So this one should be, no, let's say, okay, okay, so new container, we need a grid of 2 because we have different background. So apply grid, 2 rows. To the first one I will add a container, and I stretch it, and it will be used as a background. So I will remove this border and give it color, and we need container, another container for the content, right? So this one is, let's copy these pixels. Okay, it should be center, and it should float in the center. Okay, color is white, and let's give it some shadow. Let's say 15, 35. It should be much bigger, and distance something like this. So and change it to be, I like it. Okay, so again we need another grid here of 2. We have one for the button, one for the title and description. So let's apply grid, a grid of 2, adjust grid. Wait, let's copy the button, but first we need title and description. So we can take this one and paste it here. This make your life much easier. So no link. I need to align the text properly, and this is the title and this is the description. Awesome. Okay, CTA, we need a same like this, copy, paste. It should float in the center on both rows, so it should be, we have only one row. Okay, so padding, let's add padding. 70 from left, 74 from right. Padding is 70 from left, 70 from right, and from top, this is the biggest element, so he set the rule. So let's okay, 58 from top, 58 from bottom. And now we need to remove the height from the container itself. Let's say move it none, and make sure also here it's set to be max content. Great. And this one should be without any margin, not from the left, not from the top, and it should be the get is right here, so we need to make this one smaller, so 3. All right. This one should not have, just grid, set you to be max content, and now it's look better. Oh, I deleted the grid by accident. Okay, great. So we're done with this, and the only thing we need to add is the footer. Okay, so let's see how it's look now. I forgot to update the text title. The CTA. Subscribe now. Awesome. What? The border is not updated. Okay, you can see that this container is too high, too big. I wonder why. Let's see. Or it's not. It just seems to be. Oh yeah, because I didn't create this button, so it's look much bigger than it's actually is. It's end like here. So and it need to have a different background. It should be this one, right? Yeah, it's grayish. I need something. Okay, so this one shadow, it needs to be smaller. So it's 15. And then you can see the edge. And the border radius, we forgot about the border radius. It needs to be 10 pixels. Alright, perfect. but we forgot about this border. Perfect. Alright, so let's build the footer. So this is our footer. We already have a footer, so let's make it 500 so we can work, and we don't need, you know what, let's keep it. Let's give some respect to editorials. Alright, so again, let's divide it to grid, right? We have the first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Alright, so, and we have the padding, right? So let's give this one same background color as this one, right? Right, and now we need okay, we need our logo. Copy, paste, and we need 150 padding to the section. 150. Okay, great. This one should be something like this, and this is 16 pixels. So let's pick this one, copy, paste. This one should be medium, and its text align to the left side. Alright, and we have these icons, so we can add social. Let's add these social bars, and it should be much smaller. Two. 25, let's say 25. Okay, and all right, so we are not going to go into the details, and let's make it only 3. Okay, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, and we need this bad boy, so let's duplicate this one, and the color is this color, which is new. I think we don't have it yet. Yes. Okay, so all of these 3 elements should stack together. So let's select all of them and stack. Let's see what the biggest item is. This text, so it's 340. Let's make this one fixed. 340. Nice. 100%. Dock to the left. 20 pixels margin, and this one should be 30 pixels. Nice. And the last one is 30 pixels also, and 100% width, and dock to the left always. All right, and it should dock to the top. We forgot to add the grid, so 1 2 3 4 by grid. Okay, and this one should be 1 and 2. Okay, great. So now we need like a menu, right? Each one of them is a link. So we need a vertical menu. So let's create a, go to the menu. We need a vertical menu. Let's pick that one and manage menu. Let's, okay, I'm not going to into details exactly how it's look like this, but let's just design it. So I wonder if I can do something like this. Copy element design. No, because this is a vertical and horizontal menu, so maybe it's a little bit different. So we don't need a background, but we need to update. Oh, maybe we can do it from here. Oh, ho, ho. 16 Rubik regular, and this one is 60 Rubik regular. Great, but the color is different. 6.5. So let's go to the color. The color should be 6.5. This one. And sub menu we don't have, but let's set it already. Okay. And we only miss the title. This is the title. It should be Rubik medium 18 pixels. So we have it here. Yeah, this one. Okay, so copy and paste here. This is the product, and let's stack them together. This should be 100%, and this is also should be 100%, and dock to the left. Alright, and this stack element should, let's set it in pixels, and later we will fix it. Let's say something like 100 pixels. Okay. Okay, so all we need to do, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this one should be 1FR, and this should be max. Okay, wait, this one should be here, and we need to duplicate it and paste it here, and duplicate this one and place it here. Great. Now the 3 of them should be max content. So adjust grid, this one is max content, this one max content, and this one is max content. Okay, you can see that this is something weird going on, but let's drag you to your place. Okay, so between this one and this one there is a 1, 2, 6 margin, so I will stretch it and say 1, 2, 6 pixels margin, but you can see that this is not on its own column, so I need to bring it back to the 4. Alright, so the second one is also not in the right place, so let's pick the stack element, and it should be 2 and 3. Wait, something is not right. Oh, I'm not picking the right element, so I will go to the layers panel and pick it from here. 1, 2, right? 2 to 3. Okay, this is better. And let's see the margin between them. Between you and you, 99. I said 100, so 100 pixels. Great. And this one should be, or just set the alignment correctly. Okay, so this one is earn money and engage. All right, so now, okay, you can see that this one has a little bit off, so let's remove the offness from here. Spacing, vertical 0, oh sorry, this one 0, this one spacing 0, spacing 0. Okay, perfect. Now the only thing we need to do is to add this padding from bottom. It's 90, so 90 from bottom. Remove the mean height of the section, remove the mean height in the grid, sorry, max content. Something is okay, this one editor X is taking a little bit place, so we will give the respect and we will add another row, and it should set to be also max content. But look, it's disappear, right? Why? Because it's not having any content. But look, if I set this element to go to row 2 on 3, and now you can see that this is back. Okay, so this one should be center, but it should be absolute center, so from column 1 to column 5, and let's give it a margin from top, and we are done. But this margin is too much, 60 pixels, so this one should be, this section is 500. Okay, wait, we forgot to do something. This one should be 1 FR, and this one should be 1 FR. Okay, why it's 1 FR? Because I want them to be 50-50. I can say 50 pixels by 50%, but it's the same. So we need padding from bottom, like 60 pixels, and same from top. Alright, so you know what, let's add this button just so it looks nicer. So let's add margin from the bottom. Let's add, each button is 60 pixels and another 60, so it's 120. So 120 from bottom, and now we can, let's take this one and paste it here and change the text. I don't have an arrow, I just do like this. Okay, so 60, and the border, but the corner is like this. Let's duplicate it, and we need to reverse the style. So we can do it like we did before, just copy element design and do like this. Gorgeous. Okay, so to do it the right way, we need to put them inside container, but we don't have to do it right now. Okay, so something like this. Okay, all right, so let's see how it looks. Right, so look, this is what we built, and it's look, I mean, great, I think, and pretty quick, right? I mean, from perspective of development, this is really quick. Oh, what happened here? Oh, I know what happened. Let's fix it. So when we add padding, basically we push this container, which is used as a background color, right? So we need to remove this 60 from bottom, and add margin for the container 60, and then it's not push the content, right? And now it's look great. Alright, so subscribe now to my channel, and I will bring you more from my experience in Editor X. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me anything. So only this one is a little bit offset, but you know, you get it. Alright, so enjoy. See you soon. One last thing that I forgot to mention is that next video will be about responsive. So we will cover how to make our design responsive. Right now it's not responsive, everything is fixed in a fixed size. So we will learn how to make everything fluid and responsive, so that our design will look awesome across all breakpoints, tablet, mobile, and between. And so stay tuned, and I hope I will upload it very soon.